So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this chunky cowl, and I'm going to be using the Zippy Loom, which is a really great product to use if you want to knit something up super fast. I made this cowl in about 30 minutes or less, and this is what the package comes with. I recommend, if you want to make this cowl, to buy the Zippy Loom Master Set. The Master Set comes with 4 zippies, 4 corners, 10 connectors, and it also comes with 4 projects or patterns. I used 4 zippies from the box, and then I also used the 4 connectors from the box. Okay, and it also comes with this little tool here to pick up the stitches. And for the yarn, I used the Chunky Braid yarn by Loops and Threads, and this is in the color light gray. Okay, that's what I used for this cowl. In the video today, however, I'm going to be using the same yarn but in a different color. So it's this navy blue color here, and like I said, the same yarn, Chunky Braid Loops and Threads, and it's in the color navy. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to show you how to assemble your Zippy Loom. So you have the 4 pieces here, the 4 zippies, and the 4 corners. So the first thing you want to do is take 1 zippy and 1 corner, and you're just going to connect them and snap it in place. It's that easy. Take another zippy and slide it right on, snap it in place. A zippy, put this last corner on. Alright, so we have our loom here, and the first thing that you want to do is place a stitch marker on the corner where you're going to start your cowl. And now you want to pull a strand from the center of your skein, which I have already done here. I have my strand. And then we're going to make a slip knot. So I like to drape the yarn over all of my fingers, pinch the 2 sides together, twist your hand away from you, and grab the working yarn, pulling it up through that loop. So now you have this loop here, and we're going to go ahead and place that right onto the first corner and tighten it right up. So now what you want to do is cast on your stitches. So we're going to start on the inside of the loom, and we're going to just wrap around every single one of these pegs here. Alright, and now we're back around to this first corner here. I'm just going to turn this so it's easier for you to see. And now you want to start knitting your first row. First, we're going to push all of these down to the bottom of each zippy. Okay. So to make your first stitch on the first peg here, we're going to wrap it around. So you're going to use the little tool that it came with, and you're going to also use this, there's a little groove here in the side. So you pick up the first stitch that you made, pull it up and over the second one, and off, okay? And you leave it there just like that. So you just knit your first stitch in your first row. So then we're going to do the second one, wrap the yarn around, pick up the first stitch that you made and pull it over the second one. And again, wrap the yarn around, pull the first stitch up and over and off the peg. Next one. Next one. Okay, and then you're just going to keep turning the loom as you're working the stitches. So that was your first row. So for the second row, the first thing you want to do is push all of those stitches down to the bottom from the first row. And now we're going to go ahead and start on our second row. So to do that, again, you want to just wrap it around all of the pegs, and you can even go around the whole loom if you wanted to. I'll do one side at a time. And then again, you pull that stitch over the top stitch. I'm going to continue knitting my scarf until I come to the end, and then I'll show you how to bind off your cowl. So I just finished knitting row 15, and we're going to go ahead and bind off our cowl. So to do that, again, push down all of your stitches on each peg, and then you're going to knit one, knit one more. Now you're going to take that second stitch that you knit, pull it up, and flip it over and put it onto the other peg. And then you're going to take that first stitch and pull it over the second one and off. And then you're going to take that stitch and put it back on to the other peg. Okay? There was one. Knit one more. Take that stitch, pull it off, move it over, and put it onto the other peg. Take that first stitch and pull it over and off, and then put this stitch back onto the other peg. You can use this if you want to. I'm using it to knit. I'm not really using it to move the stitches back and forth. So knit one more, pull that stitch up and off, take that first stitch, pull it over the second one and off. Then you're going to take that stitch and put it onto the other peg. Knit one, and bind one off. Knit one, and bind one off. Okay, and we're on our last one. You're going to just do the same thing and pull that first stitch over the second one. Alright, and now you can go ahead and take this stitch off, pull the working yarn a little, then you're going to go ahead, grab your scissors, and cut the working yarn a few inches away. And then you would pull the working yarn through that loop and tighten it as much as you can. And then go ahead and flip your cowl inside out. And now we're going to weave in our ends. So we're just going to take the tail on this end, and there's also one from the beginning of our scarf, and we're going to just weave it into a few stitches. So I'm going to go over this way, just pull it down, and I'm just using my fingers for this because the yarn is so large it probably won't fit into any of my yarn needles. So I'm just pulling it through a few stitches this way. Okay, and then you're going to go back up this way a couple of stitches. So we are done weaving that one in. You can go ahead and cut it about 1/2 inch away from the scarf or the cowl. And then you're going to do the same thing to this other tail. So flip it right side out. And that's it. You're all done with your cowl. So I hope you guys enjoyed making this 30-minute cowl with me using the Zippy Loom. They are offering a 20% off coupon for any of the Zippy Loom products. I will have the link down below in the description box for you. You go to that link and you're going to use the coupon code Simply Maggie. And again, that's to get 20% off of any Zippy Loom product. So that is a great deal. I would definitely take advantage of that, especially with Christmas right around the corner. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I will see you in my next video.